Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to my channel. Let's take a look at what we got going on for March. So I mean, we kind of expected this movement from February. If you watched my previous video, we broke this double top. Check this out, right? We made a double top right here, right? So we got a little double top action going on right now. Broke this right here. This is the neckline. So we got a nice little double top action going on right now. And now all we're looking for is to see where we can go test next, right? So if you're ever wondering, hey, should we drop straight down? Like, can we drop straight down from here? And the answer is that it can't possibly drop straight down if we got like some crazy news that can drop us down. Otherwise, we could come back to this trend line, maybe even come back up here, test this trend line one more time, come back up here, and then we can see the drop. Very possible we see something like this, right? So you could see something like this before we see the drop all the way down. That should carry us down to this 15,500 level if we get this correction. Okay, now granted, if we do break back inside here and we come back up here, we can go to all-time high still, right? So that's the contrarian. So let's say like, okay, by June we see this pattern develop and then we're up here, right? Now granted, most likely that's not what's gonna happen, right? Most likely we're going to see something where we'll probably come here, maybe come here, maybe come here, maybe come here. I'm seeing something like this, right? The biggest thing though is that we make a trend line. Okay, as you can see, let me show you a similar pattern in the past right here, right? There was a similar pattern right here, right? So we crossed this double top right here. As you can see, double top right here, broke the neckline, started coming down, and we came to test the support. Check this out, we broke it, went under, and it came right back here, went back under again, came back up, and then we finally came to test this line right here just to drop again. And then that's what really created this top channel line. And we came all the way back into this top channel line, drop again, finally established a base here, and then we started stalling here before the move back up, right? So we could see something similar to this. We're probably right here where we are. This is again, this is old data from back in December 2022 all the way through 2023, right? So this is something we can see. Look, it took a whole year for this whole thing to develop. Okay, so don't expect a straight shot down. You're gonna expect some down movement, but you gotta expect some buy pressure too. Okay, so let's go back to the chart. All right, so seeing how that is, isn't it weird how this trend line is right here? You know, so it's very possible we go back, test this trend line before we see a little up movement. But at the same time, you can expect some up movement here and then go in to test the trend line, right? Very possible. There's a lot of possibilities here, so you want to be careful and you want to look at the shorter time frames really carefully. But I do know that we are most likely going to come here to this 19,800 level before we see any movement considered down or considered back up. Okay, so key levels all right here, right? You do have one more fair value on the daily that you can mark, which is right here, but at the same time, what's important is that you have this trend line right here and this level right here at 19,800 currently. This is our little zone right here that we want to pay attention to. Okay, we want to pay attention to the zone, see what happens here. Do we get flushed through down to this level? Do we kind of hang out here, go back up before going back further down? Okay, but we do know we have entered into a possible bear market. This could be the beginning of it, so be ready for it. Okay, don't be surprised when we get a major drop. Now let's go take a look at the 1 hour, sorry. 1 hour, we got a nice trend line going right here, right? We have a nice little trend line. Okay, we actually have a bigger trend line up here, and then we have a smaller trend line right here, right? But I always go with the bigger time frame one. So we're gonna take this one, and we can see a fake false breakout up this trend line coming right back down. So we come and tap this trend line one more time. It's possible we can get break and then retest here and then go back down, right? Or we can reject off at this level right here. Very possible. But if we're looking, it's it's just straight drop on the way down. We may have a potential pullback of 130, right? So you can see a potential pullback. So if you're looking at the hourly chart, you can expect like a potential pullback before the actual move down. So we could continue down here, pull back, continue down, maybe come back up here, and then continue down here, right? Very possible. So a lot of options here. I don't think that we're going to break this trend line to the upside, and if we do, you can say that this 970 level is going to be another big resistance. I do think that if we break this 970 level, that is this 970 to 21,060 level, that is a huge sign that we can break back to the upside, and that would kind of kill the momentum of the bears. So this right here is a really big level that you want to watch out for. Okay, this 21,000 like 60-ish level to 120. If we break this, big sign that we're gonna go right back up. I don't think that's what's gonna happen though. At the very least, we can go and tap this again and come back down, right? Interesting, beautiful, right? Let's take a look at this. What else do we have here? 15 minute, not too much to offer, because remember, this is just a straight shot down now, so we got to come back down here to this level to see if it wants to bounce back up or flush through to this level. But as currently, you can say, okay, we do have a breakout level right here. We broke out this level right here, and look, we're right on there too. So it's very possible that we could see a pullback, and if we see a pullback, you're looking at, there's a little smaller breakout right there, and then you have the fair, there's a 15-minute fair value right there. So you have a lot right here that you can kind of go off of on the intraday chart, and you can say, okay, if we reach these levels, we could see a possible top, and we can start pulling back to the downside, right? But as far as we know, if I'm looking at this correctly on the daily, we should see a nice continuation back down to this 19,800 level, and then maybe a bounce from there, and then break this trend line to the downside. Ooh. And then just start coming back to these supports over here, and just testing our way to the downside. So just remember, every pullback has a sell opportunity right now. Just like on the way up, right? When you get these pullbacks, buy opportunity, right? So anytime you see a nice pullback like this, if you inverse the chart, so we get like a nice movement up, if we get a nice movement like up here, oops, let me redo that. We get a nice movement up here, right? That's a nice bear flag to come back down, right? So then this is what we want to see. Every pullback, this is now a pullback to the upside, just to sell off, because people are looking to sell their shares right now. They're not looking to buy more. You have your rookie players who are buying because they're thinking everything is cheap now, and then you have your professional players who are saying, look, we're expensive, I want to sell off. And so they're not going to sell down here. They're going to wait till it comes back, and then they're going to sell, right? So they can sell for a better price, right? And most likely, I'm not saying we're going to see this, but if we do see this, that's a nice little formation to play at the tippity top here for a pullback to the sell side, right? And that will give us a little nice movement just to get a big giant like candle back to the downside. So now you just gotta watch intraday, okay guys? Just watch intraday. You know where we're going. The market is gonna make its way down to this to this level right here first at 19,800, and then we'll talk more about the levels down here when that happens, okay? But for now, this is the update. Big level on market. One more time for you. We got a big level right here. These are the big levels you want to watch out for. I do blue so it's easier. Big level here for the downside, and if we ever come back up here and test this level again and break it to the upside, big level, okay? I don't think we will, but if we do and we break it, most likely the downtrend is done. So big level trend, this golden trend line right here, this support right here, and this support right here could hold too. I'm not gonna lie, if we end up holding this support and it looks really strong, we can do a steady movement here. We can do a steady movement here all the way here before we break. So that's a possible rectangle pattern that we could see right there too, right? Otherwise, I am super bearish. My bias is to the downside. Every pullback is a sell off. So sorry, let's make it simpler for you guys. Every buy up is just going to lead to a big sell off. Okay, so if you see a nice buy up, be prepared to sell off when you see a break of structure to the downside. All right, hope you guys liked the video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I hope this helps you in your trading journey.